Does my Gladiator need bigger tires? Well, good morning, everybody. How are you today? Pretty good here, and welcome back to the channel. And that's right, I was thinking that maybe my Gladiator might need some bigger tires. You know, I'm looking to get a little bit more aggressive stance, if you will. Something a little bit taller, something just a little bit meaner looking. Now, take a look at it right now. You guys can see what it looks like. And it's not horrible. I mean, the setup that I have kind of bulges out the tires a little bit. You guys can see here, I get some nice poke with the offset that I have. And I love the wheels that are on it. I'm not really looking to change the wheels at all. I like the size. They're 17-inch. And I like the design on them. Now, these tires themselves, they are a 245/75 R17. And that's a far cry from some of the other tires we've got on the vehicles here. Mine over there, which we'll get to in a minute, and then my wife's over here, which are huge. These are on her Jeep Wrangler. I mean, look at how wide those things are. They are gigantic, and these are 20-inch, and this is a 295/55 R20. So they're massive, massive and heavy. Now, what I've got on my truck here, this is a 285/70 R17. You guys can see upside down there. And I love the look of these on this truck. You know, they're wide enough that they give you a more aggressive stance. You guys can see right there. Obviously not as big as those things, but they look pretty good, I think. So I'm considering changing out setup on the Jeep Gladiator. Again, to go with something a little bit more aggressive, I guess, is just the best way to describe it. Now, what I'm thinking is to go with the same tire that I have on the Tacoma back here, at least in size. I might go with a different brand. I know I've had Nitto Ridge Grapplers before. Those were okay, but I wasn't overjoyed with them in the ride quality and sound and all that stuff. They weren't bad, don't get me wrong, I'm being picky. But I'm thinking of trying something else. Maybe Falcons, or maybe even BF Goodrich KO2s or something like that, I don't know. But for comparison, and trying to make this decision myself, the tires that are on the Jeep right now, as I mentioned, they're a 245/75 R17. That makes them 31.5 inches tall, if you will. The tires that are on the Tacoma back here, the 285/70 R17s, are 32.7 inches tall. Now that's a difference of 1.2 inches. So let's just round it up a hair to 1 1/4. So you're really going 1 1/4 inches higher. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but I gotta say, when you put them on the truck, it really does make a difference. Especially when you're used to the little bit lower tire that's on there now. So I do think it would give me a more aggressive look. Now, as far as the width goes, what's on the Gladiator right now is a 9.6 inch wide tire. What's on the Tacoma back here is 1.6 inches. So, or I'm sorry, is 11.2 inches. Got ahead of myself. They're 1.6 inches wider. So it would give me, you know, rounding down a little, we'll say 1.5 inches extra width on those tires, which I think would look awesome on the Jeep Gladiator. Now, I know the question's going to come up about recalibrating the speedometer and the effect and all that stuff. So I checked that at 60 miles an hour. It would be off by 2.3 miles per hour. And that is comparing your actual speed with the bigger tires to the speedometer actually in the truck. Now, that's not a big deal for me. I know a lot of people have issue with that. You just have to be cognizant of the fact that you're off a little bit and account for that when you're driving, or pay the couple $100 I've heard that it is to have the system recalibrated. So not really a big issue for me. My other concern though is the wheel width itself that I have on the Jeep right now. I mentioned that I get a little bit of bulging in those tires, right? And I get that bulge because the wheels on it are a little bit narrower. I think they're 7.5 inches versus 9 or something like that. So because of that, it kind of pulls the tire in and bulges it out around the sides, if you will. Now, I like the look of that. I think it looks pretty good. I just don't know if I can go to a bigger tire and still be able to use that same wheel. So it's possible that I could be forced to go with a wider wheel, if you will, to accommodate that bigger tire. I'm not sure about that yet. If anybody out there knows about that, let me know. I'd be curious. So anyway, as I'm considering, or as I think about going with a bigger tire on the Jeep Gladiator, and these are the things that I'm looking at before I do it. Now, that tire that's on the Tacoma back here is a, let's round it up to a 33-inch tire. And I believe, from all my research, that you can go with as big as a 35-inch. I think some have claimed 37. But I believe a 35-inch tire and not run into any troubles with the Gladiator as far as rubbing issues or anything like that. I guess that would be a question for the tire shop. Because I'm not opposed to going with 35s. I think, and I've mentioned in other videos, that I'll probably lift the Gladiator down the road anyway. So if I go with a 35 right off the bat, then I won't have to worry about changing the tire again in going with that new lift. Although I don't think 33s look bad at all on the Tacoma. So I'm kind of torn there. Let me know what you think about that. I'm curious to see what you guys think. And I know everybody thinks that bigger is great, but in reality, I don't know. It's more money, and I don't know if it's really necessary to achieve the look that I want. So anyway, I just wanted to get on here and kind of run through that before. Again, I'm thinking about going with a bigger tire on the Gladiator to achieve a little bit more height. Thought it might be interesting to some of you folks out there who are having the same thought pattern, or the same conundrum, I guess, with your Gladiator. Just a bigger tire for more height versus going with a full-out lift. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of my idea. Also, real quick, if you haven't before and you're interested, check out my other channel. It is Rob Motive, all about my 2020 Toyota Tacoma back here. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.